Welcome to Melanie's 5 Minutes for Fractions Learning Aid tutorial. The first order of business is to log in. It identifies the user for performance monitoring and subsequent reporting. If the user is in multiple classes, then the desired class must also be chosen. In this case, we'll put in the user ID. Click to log in. There's only the one class, so there she be. To initiate generation of a problem, a question type is selected from the menu on the left here. If one of three question types is chosen, beginners, mystery fractions, or fraction operations, a list of subcategories is presented. A question is then randomly generated from the subcategory chosen. Otherwise, a question is randomly generated upon selection of a question type. The question is displayed and the student may attempt to determine the answer or use other aids. Let's try ordering fractions. And we've got a question here. In this example, a multiple choice list of answers is presented. The student calculates the answer and selects the corresponding multiple choice entry. Now, let's just take a look here. We want the least to the greatest. So, we're going to guess this one. Whoops. Not very good. Let's try this one. Wow. We're getting smarter. And a congratulatory message is presented when you get it correct, indicating the student's performance relative to his previous performance. In other words, the last thing says there that this was my second fastest time. And also performance relative to in the category and relative to others in the class. So for this particular category of question, I've got the 5th fastest time that's been recorded for this class. So let's take another question. Let's try improper fractions. Now, in this case, the student determines an answer, places it in the answer box, and clicks the Submit Answer button. So we're going to look at this and see that this whole number is probably going to be 2, and so the numerator is probably going to be, let's say it's 11 or 6. And the denominator will be 31, of course. So we submit our answer, and oops, it's incorrect. So we look at that and we say, okay, maybe what we need is a list of multiple choice to select from. But it's going to level a penalty on us of 30 seconds. So we say, okay, we accept that. And we get a chance to look at the thing again, and we say, oh, maybe it's this. And we pick it again. Whoops, we're still incorrect. So another thing we can do is check on clues. So we'll check the first clue, and again, it's warning us it's going to cost us here. So we say, okay, we don't mind. So we read that and we look at it and we say, oh yeah, oh right, that's how it works. So we go over here and we say, I think I know it now. I think this is it. Put it in bingo. So we finally get the correct answer. We could have looked at yet another. We could have tried all 4 multiple choices. But again, we may have run out of time. Some questions require graphical illustrations to fully describe the problem. And a good example of this is the fraction conversions. it has some questions in it that involve that. And here's an example. Where the question's asking us to identify the letter that best represents the fraction 1/9 on the number line. So we look at the number line. It shows a range of 0 to 1, and it's asking us which one we should pick on that. So, and we can of course enlarge this so we can see it a little better by putting that thing over it, your cursor over it. And we're looking at that, and we're going to say 1/9. I'm pretty sure it's going to be A. And ba-boom, again we get the congratulatory answer. Now you notice also in this particular case, this question doesn't present any clues. It's pretty well self-explanatory. So these are grayed out. Well, this pretty much covers it. So this concludes Melanie's 5 Minutes for Fractions Learning Aid tutorial.